It is hard to imagine, but it really happened to one woman. A tropical storm hit, flooded Southport, knocked out power to a sewage pump station close to Ingrid Larson's house. That's when more than 10,000 gallons of raw sewage flooded her home, damaging it so badly they had to knock it down. All right, Ann McAdams has been looking into what happened. So, Ann, we understand she wants to rebuild, but what's keeping her from actually building on that piece of land again?
Well, John, 10 years after that disaster, Larson is ready to rebuild, but isn't allowed to unless she ties back onto that same sewer line that destroyed her home. She refuses, and she's been living in a tent for the last 4 months.
One morning I woke up and the toilets were overflowing with sewage, the bathtubs were filling up, and within 1 hour there was 3 inches of sewer, raw sewer, throughout the entire home.
Her 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom brick home is now gone.
And to the right was the dining room. It was all open.
But Ingrid Larson's memory of the 2005 morning she lost it remains vivid.
I was sweeping raw sewage out the front door, trying to keep it from rising inside the house. This won't work.
She says 2 hours after she called for help, a serviceman for the sewer authority arrived, and it took another 8 hours for them to get the pump station working again.
They were just kind of, oh well, nonchalant, well, we're going to have to figure out what happened and who's at fault. And I'm like, I know who's at fault, and do y'all realize how expensive this is going to be? Like, it was mind-blowing that they didn't get why I was so upset.
Larson's house did not have a backflow preventer in the plumbing lines, which should have prevented this from happening. She said building inspectors approved her house without one, but the sewer authority insists the backflow preventer was originally there and then removed. Either way, the sewer authority agreed to settle with Larson out of court, paying her $119,000. She'd like to use the proceeds to rebuild, but she's at an impasse.
I'm expected, in order to have another home, I'm expected to tie back into their system, and I'm not willing to do that. And so I'll live in a tent. I'll live in the back of my car. Nature provides us with pretty much everything we need. We just have to adapt.
Larson has been doing exactly that, while requesting sewer commissioners grant her an exemption from having to tie back on to the sewer line. She recently got a letter saying her request was denied.
Would there be any harm in allowing her an exception?
Well, basically against the policy, of course.
Though they are allowed to make exceptions, the sewer authority says they see no need to in this case.
I think that the board has made the final decision on that. She's starting a new house. She can meet all the requirements of a new house. It won't happen again. All the requirements are met.
Larson says she loves her land and has no interest in selling it and moving somewhere else. But because of her exceptionally bad experience with the sewer line, Larson is asking to use the septic tank that's already on her land. We will let you know if the sewer authority decides to make an exception after all.